Now to our special series, Healthy You, sponsored by Independence Blue Cross. And as our attention turns to the new school year, it's also a time to take a closer look at children who may be struggling with mental or behavioral health problems. So Dr. Ryan Connolly is a psychiatrist and senior medical director at Independence Blue Cross and joins us this morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. This is really important stuff to talk about.
It sure is. And, you know, we hear a lot about mental health. Can you just talk about the most common mental health issues and how they can be treated?
Sure. I mean, mental health is really broad, but the few most common conditions are actually really common. Probably almost half of us will have one of them at some point in our lives. The most important thing we see are what we call anxiety disorders. Now, anxiety is normal. We all get worried sometimes, but when it kind of takes on a life of its own and we start having anxiety and worry about things that aren't dangerous, or when those worries get in the way of our everyday life, you know, school, work, our ability to have relationships, that's when we start to call it a condition that needs professional help. Right behind them are what we call mood disorders. So these are things like major depression and bipolar disorder. Again, moods are normal. We're supposed to be sad sometimes. That's part of being a human, right? But when the moods kind of detach from our circumstances, or they make it hard for us to improve things, they get in the way of, again, our everyday lives, that's when it's probably time to look for some help. Primary care doctor's not a bad place to start. Increasingly, there's a lot of telemedicine available. People can have treatment for both meds and therapy in their own home. It's often more private, it's a lot more convenient, and most insurance companies are covering a wide range of this kind of treatment now. So it's really a pretty good time to look for help because there's a lot more available than there was even a few years ago.
And you know, it seems like young people are experiencing mental health issues in alarming numbers. Can you talk a little bit more about that and what parents and other caregivers can do to help?
One of the things that I hear a lot about recently is really concerns from parents about the young ones. And I think what we need to do is really just be really on the lookout for changes in our kids. Kids don't always express symptoms of mental illness the same way as adults do. They're more likely to have physical symptoms, frequent stomach aches, difficulty sleeping, or even behavior problems that kind of come out of nowhere, maybe refusing to go to school, or kids that don't normally acting up all of a sudden. The real important thing is that if there's a kid you know well and they're not acting like themselves, it's probably time to have a talk about how they're doing and check in with their mental health.
You know, you mentioned care and treatment. There's a lot of people who don't seek that due to the negative stigma that is placed on mental health issues.
One of the things we can all do to help that is to try to make sure we're not making that stigma worse at home and in our relationships. When we're at home, if we're trying to check in with kids and ask how they're doing, we can't have a culture where we talk about mental illness and mental health conditions in a dismissive or stigmatizing way. So we have to set up from the very beginning the way we talk about these things when we're having our own issues, or maybe our friends or even people in the media. We want to make sure we're setting a good example for kids, letting them know it's safe to talk about those things. And that way we can have really good conversations with them, and then they can get connected with help.
Suicide rates have increased steadily over the past 20 years. What are some of the signs that people can recognize and ways that they can help?
I think that we've all heard things like to be on the lookout for people that talk about death or hopelessness or maybe giving away valuable possessions. But I think the most common thing we hear from people that are thinking about suicide is actually nothing. They don't want to talk about it. If it's hard to talk about mental illness, suicide's even harder. So I think the important thing we need to do is ask. So if we're worried about someone who's struggling with depression or any kind of mental health condition, we need to ask them if they're thinking about that. It doesn't make them more likely to harm themselves, but what it does do is let them know that we're taking it seriously, that we're there to support them, and it may be the only way we can help get them connected with help that they need.
Once again, Dr. Ryan Connolly, Senior Medical Director at Independence Blue Cross, thank you so much for being here with us and sharing these important tips for people to recognize mental health issues and to seek care or treatment.
Well, thank you very much.
And if you or someone you love is having thoughts about suicide, call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline anytime at 988.